going. The first thing that we have is a join. Now, what are joins? Joins are a very common requirement. So, as you understand by the term join, join is nothing but when we are trying to combine the two data sets together, then that is called as a join. Basically, like let's say I have an employee table and I have a salary table of various employees. So if I want to combine those two data sets or the two tables together so that I can get an output wherein I can get the respective salaries of the employee from the salary table. So basically, I can join this data together. Now to join the data, there is a very common requirement that in both the tables, you should have one common column available on the basis of which you will join. Like in my example, for the employee and the salary table, I would have the employee ID as a common key to join the data together so that I can join two data sets together, and that would help me to create a combined table which will help me of giving the information of employee ID, their names, and their respective salaries. So that will take place in the data in your Tableau as well. Now, how it is done? So data joining is very common requirement in any data analysis. You may need to join a data from multiple sources or join from different tables in a single source. That's what we do while we join the data together. Now, Tableau provides you the feature to join the table by using a data pane available under. So this is where you get the data option menu. So let's see how we get it on our Tableau. Let's say if this is my dashboard, I'll go to the section of data source over here. So now you can see three tables coming up. One is an order table, one is a people table, and one is a return table. Let's say I want to combine this people and the order table together. So I'm just simply going to drag this table, and as soon as I drag on, you'll be able to see that a line has been created. This line is nothing, but it is trying to join the data together. Now see, this data has been joined. Now, if you would just double click on this line or like this, you will be able to see that on the basis of the column region in both the tables, the data has been joined. So the relationship between both the tables have been established by using the column region. Okay. So that's how we have joined the data table together. Now, if let's suppose I want to bring anything with these two tables. So I have people table also, and I have the orders table also. So let's say on the basis of category, or I want to see how many regional managers are there. So see, I can get that for these categories, these are regional managers, or also for the states, for the various states, what are the respective regional managers would be there. So this is what my regional manager list is there. So that means I have successfully able to combine the data together so that from my orders table, I can bring the state over here. And from the people's table, I can bring the regional manager from here, and I can get the data together. Okay. So that was a simple concept of having a join. Now, the next concept comes in as editing a join type. So the type of the join that tables create automatically, you can change that manually as well. For example, if you want to change them to any of the join, or you want to edit them in any of which ways, so you can do that. So let's say, for example, in this case, if let's suppose I want to edit this connection, I can add more fields from here. Like maybe based on the region over here, or maybe I have any common column. or I can create it, or I can use a calculation, like I can write a calculation also to create a relationship. Because sometimes it can be a case that sometimes you don't have a common column in both the table. Rather, you have to create that common column by either using a formula or anything of that sort. For example, let's say if I would say that if I want to join the employee and the salary table on the basis of the name, then in that case it might happen that two people might have the same name. So that's not a unique set of data. So that's why what I'm going to do is that I'll consider the employee ID and the name of both of them, or maybe the first and the last name of both of them, and then I'm going to combine that data together. Or maybe in a scenario wherein it can happen that the first and the last name of both the persons are same, then in that case, I'll use the official email IDs, because that is something that would be different when the two people have same name, completely same name. Then in that case, when organization creates your ID, they would obviously give some of the different specification, maybe an extra letter or something, so that they would have the bifurcations to share the mail or maybe check against to set up your ID basically. So in that case also, we need to create a formula to do that. So that's the concept of editing your mail or editing your join fields that you have.